Our essay is Medicine, Chapter 12 by Linda Villarosa, who is a graduate of the Newmark Graduate School of Journalism at CUNY. A short intro to our essay is focused on the disparities of African Americans who needed medical care and how they were thought of and seen at this time. Many seem to believe that science and medicine are neutral forces driven by facts and untouched biases. However, history tells a different story. In the essay Medicine, written by Linda Villarosa from the 1619 Project by Nicole Hannah-Jones, this belief is challenged by uncovering how racism has shaped American healthcare from the very beginning. It has become more important and normal to question who these systems were designed to serve and who they continue to leave behind, as we realize the cause of injustice are right in front of our eyes, coming to the conclusion of having to reevaluate the narratives we have been told about justice for people of color in the healthcare system.
In the 12th essay of the 1619 Project, Medicine, Linda Villarosa presented her audience with the current and past implications of medicine towards Black Americans. It helped illustrate the premise of Hannah-Jones's entire book, that premise being African American history constantly getting glossed over and whitewashed even though it is extremely brutal in every nature. When she presented this information, she started with the current application, took the readers to the past, and then brought the readers back to the present. In the beginning, the story of Dr. Susan Moore, a Black physician who died from COVID-19 because of the lack of care given to her by her white doctor, was told. Dr. Moore's death is connected with medical falsehoods that are primarily believed by white people, specifically ones about pain perception. With the introduction of those falsehoods, Villarosa delves into the past to discuss their upbringing. When talking about the creators of Black American medical falsehoods, she also mentions many horrid experiments against the enslaved and non-enslaved alike. One of the experiments done on the enslaved was conducted by Dr. Thomas Hamilton, who was set on proving the existence of differences between Black and white bodies. One of the more current experiments mentioned was the Tuskegee study of untreated syphilis in the Negro male, an unethical experiment that monitored how syphilis progressed in Black men. With a few more details, Villarosa comes back to the present to connect it all together. Villarosa uses this whole format to eventually inform her readers of how racism creates the medical disparities among the Black American population.
Furthermore, medical disparities are being engraved into our government and institutions. Even after more than 200 years since Dr. Thomas Hamilton's experiments to prove racial differences in physical health, some people still use these quote-unquote studies to further justify the discrimination they do on a daily basis. This is shown through a poll in which 55% of African Americans felt discrimination when going to the doctor. But even without counting said injustices to the African American community, these injustices are slowly growing into many more communities. As of right now, Trump has cut funding for a women's medical research group that has been studying cancer and many other health issues. Now, this isn't something new since it has already been a major part of our healthcare and overall health industry, so that the people that benefit from it are white males. Even I, who is an African American but is not a white male, has faced discrimination in medical industries as they refuse to give me anesthesia, leading to 2 hours of grueling pain. Linda Villarosa doesn't just warn us about the racism in medicine, but also how if left untreated, this racism will spread back into the government, turning it into its former self, which was built upon these racist beliefs.
To reflect on this essay, Linda Villarosa is a magnificent writer who understands and has learned about the why when it comes to the history of African Americans in the medical field. Her essay on Chapter 12 helps me and other readers understand the deep roots of inequality and racism that have continued since the first group of African Americans in the U.S. Key victims of this mistreatment are Dr. Susan Moore and John Brown. Both of their stories illustrate the same message but contrast in time, proving with medical evidence and first witness that during the slave trade, when getting medical treatment, if you were of color, then you deserve no treatment or deserve to be an experiment. And during the 21st century, if you are handled without proper care, don't expect to receive help or defense from anyone else unless of your own race. Our group likes how the small details of John Brown tell the little things that have occurred that actually affect everything today. In the end, throughout history and still to this day, it is clear that racism creates an undenied bias which affects the livelihood of Black people in America, even with changes in evolution to social society. There will still and always be odd people out who continue to believe and distrust and view others differently due to what they are born with.